Thank you for joining us. This is Paul Wilson.
And Chris Emke.
And you're listening to Diesel Performance Podcast. Chris, this is the week before Black Friday.
Yeah.
The office has been crazy, man. Or the phones anyways. I know almost nobody's in the office anymore.
It's been a wild November. You know, we see there's a trend, right? I think every November we look at analytics year over year. And we try to perfect or improve on how we handle this time of year. You know, we've been doing that drastically over the last few years. And I thought that the phones were going to be a little lighter, the interests were going to be a little lighter, and kind of get shotgunned the last week of the month. And that really hasn't been the case. You know, I've been getting an overwhelmingly amount of feedback from guys that are listeners to the podcast, which is awesome. First and foremost, just want to say thank you. You know, that's very humbling, yet it sends, it gives us kind of like a clear vision that we're doing something good.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So everyone that calls in to the shop, you know, talks to any of the other reps or myself, you know, and says, oh, listen to the podcast, positive feedback, negative feedback, I don't really care. Even the negative feedback, there's something positive out of it. So it's, you know, you got to look at the glass half full. So just want to say I appreciate it. You know?
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, no, it's been extremely positive. I'm really excited to see what next week turns out to be.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a really, really big sale. This will be the biggest sale in company history. Yeah. We've already got the early Black Friday sale going on over at Calibrated Power Duramaxtuner. So you can get a VVT Stealth 67 G2. You can get an LB7 Stealth 67 G2, or you could pick up a 6-liter Stealth 67 G2. All of those turbos currently $250 off. And then if you get a DT 550 or 750 built transmission and you include the 6-speed conversion kit upgrade.
So the 01 to 05 guys.
There you go. We actually can reduce that upgrade from $1,875 down to $875. So you actually save $1,000 when you go to upgrade to a 6-speed trans on one of those. So I think those are some really cool sales.
I
think a lot of people have been talking about those and taking a look at those pretty seriously.
I think it does a couple things. Those are big ticket items, right? So we generate that interest and, you know, past interest from other guys that might not have purchased the trans early on, right?
Right.
Get them kind of, you know, inquiring and whatnot. But we have a ton of Black Friday sales. So it was interesting is we've never done a month-long doorbuster sale, right? So that's the new thing this year. And then we also have our holiday sale, right, which is an industry standard. Like, we're not reinventing the wheel here, guys. But we are adding support for certain products to be supported on the sale.
That's right. That's right. And we want to give our listeners, because you guys have been so awesome, a little bit of early access to the sale details. So first thing we're going to do is help out our sponsors. We're going to talk a little bit about what they're offering. Yeah. So WCFAB, you want to tell the listeners what they can expect over there? Yeah.
So WCFAB, they're doing 10% off pretty much anything in their product catalog. So anything that's proprietary to themselves, you know, high flow bundles, intakes, turbo kits, twin turbo kits, intercooler kits, you know, just pretty much all the WCFAB cool, you know, water pipes and coolant tanks and this and that, 10% off. And then Exergy, Paul.
Yep. Now WCFAB sale will be running just Black Friday to Cyber Monday. So you have to do it that Friday to that Monday right there to take advantage of those savings. Exergy, I believe, same timeline.
Exergy, so but basically Exergy and WCFAB are running very similar Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Yep. They start Friday, they end of day Monday, so you have the window of the 27th through the 31st. Okay, 10% off. Right? The 31st is Monday.
I think so, yeah.
And then it's 10% off with Exergy components as well. But Exergy has an exclusion. It excludes their custom high-pressure fuel lines and the standalone Bosch ECUs.
That's pretty reasonable.
It is. I mean, the ECUs are they're complex and expensive. So 10% off both. Now, the one thing, guys, as we move forward with the other sales stuff, I want to speak on behalf of Exergy, WCFAB, and everyone over at Calibrated Power that because the order volume is so much higher, don't expect to get your order shipped out the same day or the following day. We're going to ask for a couple day grace because we need to be able to process everything. We need to be able to make sure everything is accurate. So Exergy, for example, already said, hey, we're out of office for the holidays. We're not processing anything until that following Monday. So bear with them, and we'll do the same and, educate and inform. So just kind of keep that stuff in mind.
That's right. Now, Duramaxtuner Calibrated Power Sale, we traditionally have done $100 off on Stealth Turbos and 10% off on the Spade Tuner. And that's been pretty standard for a few years. That's just what we do for Black Friday. This year, we decided that with it 2020 being what it was, that a lot of people out there needed a home run. They needed something that was going to be what they talked about being awesome of 2020 was going to be taking advantage of this sale. So we kicked it off, man. We know L5P tuning has come down over the years. That's something that just the unlock used to be $3,200, $3,600.
ECM was $2,500.
Yeah. So it used to be outrageous. The price has come down over the years. We took a look at it, said, hey guys, I can't help you out on like the hardware, portion. The HP tuner stuff. I can't do anything.
But it's very affordable. It is.
It has
all
come
things
way
considered,
down. Yes.
It's affordable.
Yes.
But what are we doing on our part, Paul?
Half off tuning.
Half off
tuning. So that is something where you're going to take advantage of almost $600 in savings by picking it up. Also, we're going to run our sale a little bit longer, try to give our team some more time on the phone with you guys, try to give you guys some more time to kind of put everything together. So we're running the Wednesday before to the Wednesday after. So that's 11/25 to 12/2. Sale pricing will be valid. So you can give Chris a call and take advantage of any of these savings that we're going to talk about today in that week-long window that we're going to try to give you guys. So half off tuning. So that's $450 off of your ECM tuning and $149.50 off of your TCM tuning. I think that's going to be a big one.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's going to be a big one, and I think the LML in general, like the LML Duramax portion, is going to be popular. Starting the 25th, we're going to be doing $250 off of the LML Stealth 67 G2 Turbo. That's an 800 wheel horse capable turbocharger, drops in, has very good drivability characteristics if you compare that turbo to anything else in its class capable of that type of power.
That's right.
We're doing $100 off of the LML Stealth 64 Turbo, and then $150 off of EasyLink support packs. So if you wanted to do some tuning, $150 off on the support pack. The support pack includes single engine tunes, switchable engine tunes, and trans tuning. That's a pretty big value there.
Yeah.
And then $100 off of the EFI Live tuning. So you want to do a Spade with single tunes, Spade with multi-tunes, Spade with engine and trans with switchable, $100 off the top.
That's right. Yeah. And then as we get into that 06 up to 10, so your LBZ and LMMs, they're going to kind of all group that sale together. We're doing the VVT Stealth 67 G2. That's currently $250 off. We'll continue that sale throughout Black Friday. The VVT Stealth 64, we've had a lot of interest in that. That's going to pull $100 off. And then the Spade with EFI Live switchable tuning, Chris, actually just quick correction there, $100 off on the Spade, only applicable if you're doing switchable tuning, not on single tunes.
Okay.
So any of the switchable tuning for the Spades, so your Jack, your King, you got modified injectors, whatever, this is your time to save $100 on that. And that'll be kicking off right away. So I think that's going to be another one that just kind of knocks it out of the park.
All right, and then next we have the 04.5, 05, so your LOI guys. We already have the sale all month long, the $250 off the 67 G2. We will also, continue to maintain that sale going into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The 64 millimeter Stealths, $100 off. $100 off of EFI Live switchable tuning. And then we're going to continue our sale for the DT550, DT750 with the conversion kit, getting $1,000 off the bundle. So we have that, and that's still live. And then how about on the LB7s, Paul?
Yep, LB7, we're just going to keep expanding that sale. So we're going to keep that 67 G2 for the LB7 available with $250 off. The 64 G2 is going to go to $100 off. Spade with EFI Live tuning, you guys know the switchable stuff's going to be $100 off. And you're still going to be able to upgrade your trans and upgrade to a 6-speed and save yourself $1,000. That wraps up all of our Duramax sales. The 2.8 liter, just real quick there, 2.8 liter Spade. If you do the switchable tuning Spade, you could still save $100. I don't have anything else for the 2.8 liter right now. We don't sell a ton of injectors and stuff like that for those. But we do have quite a bit of products up for sale on the Cummins.
Yeah, and it's nice because I'm just going to group everything as one, Paul. Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, we offer a HX35 Stealth 64, which goes from 94 all the way to 2002. $100 off, right? So the 64 Stealth in the Cummins world, whether it's a 94 to 02 or an 03 to 07, $100 off the top. Okay.
That's right.
Then we have our Stealth 67 Cummins 5.9 turbo, which is specific to the 03 to 07. $500 off. That is an 800 plus wheel horsepower turbo. $500 off. Guys, I promise you, you are not going to find another turbocharger in that horsepower class for anywhere near that price that's going to have the drivability, the reliability, and a broad power band. Like that's a banger product.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. That's another doorbuster deal right there.
Absolutely. And then we have our tuning. So there's no secret there. The Cummins platform this year for us has to be, if not the most popular in one of the more demanding applications. And rightfully so. We have EasyLink support, switch on the fly through the EasyLink app for the 13 to 2018 trucks. We're wrapping up some of the support on the 19s and 20s. Here's a perfect opportunity. You want to do EasyLink on your 4th gen Dodge 13 plus, $150 off.
Boom. And still, if you have the 06, 07 and you want to do EFI live tuning, I'm sorry, really 06 to 12 EFI live tuning, you'll still save $100 on the Spade there, of course. 3rd gen 64, also getting $100 off. That's one of our most popular turbos. If you guys have been sitting on the fence thinking about it, personally, I would upgrade to the 67, but hey, not everybody is going to do that. The 64, we still want to make sure you guys had a sale available on that, kind of help you get something going for 2020. Power Strokes, we don't have an extensive product line on Power Strokes. We kind of cater to our 6-liter Stealth 67 G2. That's still $250 off. And then our 13 to 19 Power Stroke tuning. This has been one of our rapidly growing product segments where it's just getting more and more popular as time goes on. That's going to be $150 off the EasyLink tuning. Now, EcoBoost is only $75 off the EasyLink tuning, Chris, and I just wanted to explain this. We just this year went through a price reduction on EcoBoost. It was $500. We took it down to $350. Wanted to be more market competitive. So if you have an EcoBoost or your wife has an EcoBoost.
Let's go into that for a second, right?
There you go.
$350, what are you getting on that? Now, it's understanding the market, right? I don't want to get too salesy with this, but with that, we're offering multiple engine tunes, flex fuel, which you can run different octane fuels. If you are in an area where E85 is plentiful, you can do an ethanol blend of E35 to E50. So we offer an array of anywhere from 4 to 8 tunes based off of that alone, plus trans support.
Right.
You're getting a lot of support for that $350. And then with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal,
we're going to knock another $75 off. Yep. So we still get you down into a really, really sweet spot to where it's going to be something that again, something you're going to be excited about. That was really the whole idea when we were putting this sale together. And the last segment, we didn't want to leave out all of our Roxor fans. Calibrated Power recently merged with RXR Performance. So if you're a previous RXR fan or new Adam Pila, we now are going to be carrying those products. Now, as that transition has happened, it takes a little bit of time to get inventory moved around.
We did not think it was going to take this long.
Right. So we're not putting the RXR parts on sale, but we have a lot of really awesome Calibrated Power Roxor upgrades that you can do. And we decided we're going to bundle all of these together. So you get the discount if you buy these groups of products together. And we kept the groups real simple. There's only 2 products in each group. Chris, you want to hit the first one? Yeah,
so the Calibrated Power Stealth RX 41 turbocharger. It's a drop-in replacement turbo with the intercooler, with the Roxor intercooler. $200 off.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a real exciting one. I think a lot of guys have been looking at that intercooler upgrade. We love those little diesels, but without the intercooler, you're tuning your turbo. It only goes so far, right? So that intercooler is a lifesaver, not just for power, but also for longevity of your engine. And that's where we started to take a look. We said, hey, you know what? Not everybody's going to jump to the intercooler, though. We know that. We have this really cool new part called the HD Grid Heater Hold Down. In these little diesels, right where the grid heater is placed is where your intake pipe comes in. And that is where we see a big boost leak, just from factory. We've even seen it with just all factory settings. So we built a new HD grid heater. If you grab a Stealth RX 41 turbo with an HD grid heater, we'll knock $150 off the bundle. same thing. If you do our 5 custom tunes for the Rockstar, which is switch on the fly setup, with an HD grid heater, we also are going to knock $150 off that price.
That's awesome.
So I think those are going to be some really cool packages. Again, guys, the sale's going to run 11/25 through 12/2. Chris, I want to make sure that they get a hold of you directly. Yeah. What's the best email for them to reach out to you at?
So it's cemke@duramaxtuner.com. That's the letter C, like my first name, and then my last name. So that's EHMKE@duramaxtuner.com. Or call into the shop, 815-568-7920, extension 2121.
Guys, also, of course, we want you to reach out to us on Facebook, so you can hit the Facebook page, or please, if you haven't already, join the group, Fans of Diesel Performance Podcast. It's a really fun group. We see a lot of cool stuff going on there. I'm excited to be able to interact with everybody a little bit more personally. So please post a picture of your truck, get involved. We really are excited to talk to you guys. We are going to limit our show here for today. We have a ton of Black Friday stuff preparation going on, and then next week we'll do a quick intro, but expect a rebroadcast next week with it being Black Friday. We'll probably just have a short piece to kind of talk to you guys a little bit and give you any quick updates, and then of course be able to get back on the phones and help all of our customers out. For today, this has been Paul Wilson
and Chris Hemke.
Thanks so much for listening.
$6 and my right nut says we're not landing in Chicago.